Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Gearhead Daily, and I'm your host, Eric. And every day I try to bring you something interesting, fun, and sometimes enraging in the automotive world. And today I'm tackling the stance crowd. I'm going to give you some positives, some negatives, mostly, in my opinion, mostly negatives, but feel free at any time to leave me comments in the chat and down below. I'd like to hear what you have to say about this. But somebody posted this to the SE Car Mods Reddit forum a couple hours ago as the perfect example as to why you should never stance your car. So without further ado, let's go ahead and play the video. It is 37 seconds. Here we go.
Oh shit! Oh.
Yeah, there's some bad words. Yep. Yeah, there's some bad words in there.
Oh.
I'm gonna mute it just in case there's some more bad words. But yep. Oh, okay. So let's break it down. Okay, so here he is doing just fine. Just fine. Everything's going okay. And if you listen to the video, you can hear it. He revs it a little bit, but that curve is not that bad, and whatever horsepower he's got in it, which didn't sound like a whole lot, should be able to make this turn just fine. And somewhere about here is where I think he realizes something's gone poorly. Yeah, that's the oh crap stage of things. So he's kind of lost it at that point. And some of the comments are just absolutely hilarious. This is where I found it on SE Car Mods in this Reddit subforum. So just giving you credit where credit is due. Not so fast and slightly irritated. Yes, that 140 wheel horsepower is intense. And somebody says, especially when the contact patch is 1 inch. Yeah, if your contact patch is the size of a Tic Tac, it's not going to be very stable. Okay, so there's lots of reasons why not to stance a car, and I'm going to give you a few of those. But this is the thing. Everybody knows this one. This one's been around forever. Obviously doesn't have it on hydraulics, rips the bumper off, right? Okay, so here's the deal with stance cars. I understand the difference between hella flush and stance. Okay, hella flush, in my opinion, is it's close to it, but I understand the appeal to it. There's a look to it, but I think the gross over-exaggeration that is the stance crowd is a bit much. Okay, and there's lots of reasons. I understand why people do it. It's for I forgot he ripped the rear bumper off too, so it's a double whammy there. So whoops. So in my opinion, there are a bunch of reasons why not to do it, and here are some examples of some flushed cars, such as this guy, which obviously is way too much. Car's undrivable at this point, and look, here's the deal: difference between hella flush, which is my opinion looks more kind of in this realm. Okay, that's more hella flush in my opinion. You get it very, very close to the bumper. But here's the deal, guys. If you can see negative camber in your tire, you have probably too much, okay? So you start seeing that negative camber, visibly see it at around the 1 to 2 degree mark. And I do a fair amount of autocrossing, and what you find is that you try to get, on a real aggressive setup is about 2 degrees negative camber all the way around if you can do it. My Corvette has the ability to do camber on the rear too, because it's an independent rear, and so you try to maximize the load forces when the car wants to lean one way, and the tire is going to lean that way once it finally kind of gets to upright. But in these cases, these are extreme cases in my opinion. So this is an extreme case where it basically makes the car undrivable, and you can see here the contact patch is virtually non-existent, and it makes sense why this guy spun out, driving his car down a gentle slope and a gentle turn of the wheel. So if you can see the camber, that's bad. Okay, that's bad for performance and bad for the car in and of itself. You're going to ruin tires. Then if that's what you're going for, then fine. It's not very practical either. You can't really drive it on the street. It doesn't make a lot of sense to be able to drive these things on the street. It makes the geometry just horrible. I can't imagine how many ball joints and consumable things you're going to be going through on a regular basis, just to sort of look cool to a very niche group of the population. So I'm not really sure what the idea is there. You obviously reduce your handling. Handling has kind of gone out the window, and it's just straight up not functional. Okay. The last thing, and this is subjective, but you have to realize that if you do want to resell the car, you are trying to sell to a very niche market. And when you have a very niche market like this, what you have is a very small amount of people who are vying for, dollars out there. And they have to have the exact same taste that you do to buy your car, and to think that you're going to ever get back out what you put into a car is delusional. It's straight up delusional. You're never going to get what you paid for in dollars or parts or labor or anything. We do this because we like doing it, and so the resale value is just going to be shot. And being able to resell a stance car is going to be fairly difficult. Here's another example of what I think is a bit much. You can actually see the rim and tire here almost straddling the rear fender. So anyway, I went through the internets and went through Reddit again, and I found an old thread from a couple years ago. And here's probably one of the best ways somebody has explained as to why they do what they do. Okay, so fair enough. I'm willing to hear them out, even though I don't agree. I'm willing to hear them out. And somebody says, it doesn't have to make a lot of sense, man. That's exactly the point here. I like scraping. I like slamming. I like feeling like I drive a rolling expression of the vision I have in my mind. It's art to me. That's what it comes down to. You want to build a motor and go fast? I want to lay frame, bagged or static. You throw rods through blocks or blow turbos. I destroy subframes and annihilate oil pans. You wear through tires doing burnouts because they're fun and make people stop and look. I run negative camber to do the same thing. Well, yeah, people definitely do stop and look. It's all perspective. It's a wear and tear hobby on the other end, and it's all subjective to the personal taste and where you feel it's worth spending money again and again. And he's right. That is a totally accurate statement in the respect that this is a consumable hobby, right? You're going to go through parts. Brakes, tires, clutches, engines, transmissions, it all depends on what you want to do. And if you've got a car that's kind of dedicated to doing one specific thing, then that's the thing that you want it to do. And I can respect the opinion. I respect what he's saying. It's not my style. It's not my thing. I'll be very honest. My bend in life is I want to go fast as possible, and I want to go fast around a corner as fast as possible. Straight line is cool and it's fun. I've been in some high horsepower cars, but to be honest, if you can go around a corner, not only is that kind of mastery of the car, but the car doing exactly what I want. And he's kind of saying the same thing. So I don't know. What do you think? Do I have it right? Do I have it wrong? Is stance cool? Is stance not cool? I don't know. Anyway, let me know in the comments, and if you haven't already, subscribe, and please hit that like button, and I'll check you later.